everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the second video, and the first video that I made, I just looked and I last looked at it or edited it or whatever 12 days ago. So that's not something that I wanted to see in the first video. I also said about how, I'm worried that I'm going to make one and then never put one out again. And I really struggled because I wanted to have a high standard. I wanted to have a really good intro, a really good outro and everything in between to make it really good, and I just didn't like the way it was going, so I just kept getting stuck and froze on it for a while. So I've just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna put it out as is, and slowly over time I'll make my videos better. Maybe that'll be next month's goal, for example. I'll find a good intro or I'll find a good outro, and I'll just slowly piece things together until I have something that I like. But yeah, sadly it took a bit of a while, but these things happen and I sort of knew it would, so it's something that I need to, I guess, plan for in the future. I've been doing a lot of Stoic reading recently, and it was saying how, always trust the prep list. Prep list is something that when things go wrong, you have basically guidelines and rules there to put things straight again, so things don't descend into chaos and then stay in chaos. So yeah, it's been an interesting one so far, but I wanted to do basically a August monthly reset where I look at what I did last month and what I want to do this month and the goals that I want to have. And I haven't set goals for the month for a couple of years now, especially since sorting my life out the past couple of years. It's been, ups and downs, and last year I had no direction whatsoever. So this year I've got more direction. I've been setting monthly goals this month, and because it's been a week, I want to sort of review where I'm at, because a lot of them I can track sort of throughout. For example, one off the top of my head I know is I think average 8,000 steps a day, and I know last week I did a day or a week. I think it was a week. Either way, it was average 8,000 steps, and last week was 4,500, so that's way off. So I'm just revisiting some of the goals that I set and see whether am I either on track, or do I need to relook at them, readjust them, or do I just need to get my act together, basically. So yeah, sorting them into personal, finance, forex and health. That's sort of the areas that I wanted to look at. So the first one was about journaling. I wanted to journal, especially throughout the weekends I was a bit more relaxed. I wanted to journal day and night. So I've got this 5-minute journal, which is absolutely really cool. And inside, I'll do a little close up, but inside it has morning and evening. So in the morning you'd write down things that you're grateful for, what would make today great, and daily affirmations. And then in the evening you'd come back and write down 3 amazing things that happened today and what could I have done to make today even better. And I think this is also based on the way that Stoics journal as well. That this is what I read sort of last week about how to journal and what you can get out of it. And a lot of it was very much reviewing your day and things that went really well and what didn't go so well, and sort of questions you can be asking yourself. So for example, I get distracted really easily, whether it's just pacing around or on my phone. I'm very bad for my phone. So it's being really mindful of these things and what I can do to sort of to stop them. So when I write these down, I'll write down, whether I got distracted at all, or whether I stay focused. Especially if I get focused, I just can't seem to focus. I just get easily distracted by everything. And what can I do in that moment to step back completely and reset myself to then go back into whatever I was doing, or change what I'm doing to still be productive. But yeah, so it's been interesting to be really mindful of these things. And on my phone it tells me at the end of the week, how much I was on my phone, and I think last week it said that I was on it 75% more, and which was a big shock. But then this week it said that I was on it 43% less, which is really a good step in the right direction. So I've also started deleting certain social medias off my phone. I want to kind of keep doing that until I almost have none, to be fair. So Facebook's gone, Reddit's gone, Twitter's gone. So at the moment I have Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok and Discord, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn I don't really use. Pinterest I'm using more now, and I'll come to that later. TikTok I'm absolutely terrible for, but I do love it. I do find some really interesting things on there, and I did want to, it's on my sort of to-do list in the background of creating a Notion layout where I can write down certain TikToks that are helpful in, whether it be self-care or just general little bits here, and I'm going to create some categories that I can link it to, so when I save them I can actually save these videos, I can actually, you know, see where and why and what they're useful for, so I can come back to them later if need be. Anyway, that's sort of a massive sidetrack. Morning routine and night routine. I wanted to establish a good routine both in the morning and in the evening, so when I get up I have something to do straight away. Simple things like have a glass of water, make my coffee, sit down, and then, you know, look what I'm going to do for the day, blah blah blah, and then have a shower and get ready and all the rest of it. And then in the night it'll be, you know, how to unwind and set that into motion. I haven't actually set something up yet. I think a lot of it is because I don't want to sort of force myself into a thing that I'm not going to actually enjoy. I think you've got to really enjoy your routines rather than dread them, otherwise, especially because the first thing you do in the morning is wake up and think about your routine, and if you're going to hate it, it's not going to go very well for you. So there's that. So I still need to work on that. I'm going to look at what I'm doing and what I would like to do, and, you know, what I can fit in there. So for example, reading, I wanted to do a lot of reading, but I'm not really setting a lot of time for that right now, and that's a case of whether I put that as a morning routine or part of my night routine. Today I'm going to go down to the park and read outside because it's absolutely beautiful out, but when I can't do that every day, you know. But anyway, this is another goal that we'll get back onto that later. Yeah, evening routine as well. I need to be just more active in that, really, because I'm spending too long on my phone. Yeah, I've got it so it starts, so at 9:15 it'll tell me I've got 45 minutes before I need to be in bed, and it'll put sleep mode on at 10 o'clock, but then at 11 o'clock it will deny me all access. I can access my phone obviously, but apps, social media, can't touch them, which is, I think, really helpful. But yeah, just trying to get myself into at least timely manners, and then I can sort of see what time I've got to do, and if, you know, I could just, because I want to be very relaxed. I don't want to be sort of, right, I've got to do this, I've got to brush my teeth, I've got to wash my face, I've got to do a face mask, I've got to read, I've got to do this, I've got to make a cup of tea, I've got to, you know, I want to try and have it as relaxed as possible, so it's a really nice, simple, quick routine that I can just get into, and that will just set me up for a really good next day. It's every day, and I certainly did not do that this week. So this is a goal that I'm actually going to revisit and look at, because I don't read very often. I haven't been reading very often. Last year I did no reading. So to go from basically no reading to 30 minutes a day, although it's definitely doable, I think for me it was just a stretch, seeing as last week I didn't do that every day. So what I'm going to do instead is I want to complete this month just one book. And the book I'm going to focus on is Hardwiring Happiness. If I know where I put it. But anyway, it's Hardwiring Happiness, so that's a really nice book, and that's what I'm going to go take down to the field to read later, which is going to be really nice. And then after that, it's probably going to be The Chimp Paradox, because I've started reading that, I need to finish that. I've also got Rich Dad Poor Dad up there, that's a really small book that I need to finish, and then it'll be Trading in the Zone. So that's kind of the books that I'm going for at the moment, yeah, in that kind of order. And this is another little, like, fun personal goal of mine. I really like playing video games. I play League of Legends, which is a team 5v5 thing, and I want to reach gold this month for that rank, which is just a little fun little gimmick, because I do enjoy that kind of thing. So that's nothing that I'm sort of going for crazy on, it's just sort of, you know, something that I can improve on and have fun with at the same time, so that's a little side goal for there. Moving on to finance. July, so at the end of last month I paid off all my credit cards apart from one which just has 70 quid on it, and I'm not going to spend more than I have, so if I can't afford it on my actual card, then don't put it onto a credit card. So I'm just going to spend on there. I'll use them for normal spending, but then at the end of the month they'll all be completely paid off again. Yeah, I think that's going to be much more comfortable. My credit scores, actually, I'm really happy with that at the moment. It's really, really nice, so that's going positive for me. Still going to sort of live below my means and try and save as much as possible, just so I have a bit of breathing room, so I'm not stressed or anything about finances. So I'm happy with the progress on that. It's just, you know, managing what I've got at the moment. I'm happy with where I am. I'd like to have money left over at the end of the month to put into a space. So I have Starling, and that has different spaces for me, so I put it either into to pay off other credit cards, or to invest, or just to save, or whatever. So I want some money, or like birthdays and Christmas, I have a space that I put birthday and Christmas money, so when it comes to Christmas I already have the money there to spend on that. So especially now we're in the later half of the month, I'm going to start be putting money more towards that. So that's that on the financial side. Forex, I'm a part of a community and they do 3 live videos a week, which is absolutely huge. That's really, really lucky. And so I wanted to be a part of a minimum 2 out of 3 live videos each week. And last week, I don't think I was even a part of one of them, or I was part of just one of them. And that was either because, and I got the timing wrong on one of the days. I thought it was, oh yeah, no, I got timing on both days, like by an hour for the first one. So when I went to go do it, it was just finishing. And the other one, it was in the morning, the afternoon. So that was just really poor planning on my part. And the other day, I just didn't, like, that was just, I was doing something else then. So priorities were not correct there. So now instead what I've done is I've set a alarm on my phone. I've got them on my calendar, so it'll notify me half an hour before, and so I can actually be a part of them. So I have no excuse as in terms of timing this time, which is really good. But it was good to sort of reflect on that and see why I did or didn't do that. Again, that's not one that needs adjusting. I just need to sort myself out, and with the calendar, I think that's going to be huge there. I wanted to backtest the bomb and bullet on euro dollar from 2020 to now, and backtesting in June I got on really well, and I did quite a lot more than I've ever done. And then July it kind of slacked a bit. I was only doing a couple of sessions a week, and last week I had a really bad backtesting session. I got really frustrated with it. I changed what I was doing and it all just went haywire, and I got really, really upset and frustrated. So I packed that away, just took a deep breath and looked into what I could do better. So I decided that I'm going to have a whole routine before I backtest. So I'm going to sit down and sort of think, what do I want to achieve out of this session? What am I going to do? Write down my intentions, and I'm going to go make a nice cup of tea, come back up, put some music on, and really get into it. And in the community that I'm in, they have this like process that you can do for backtesting, especially on a new pair. So it's, for example, like just looking at the chart and looking at price action as is. Don't look for any trades or anything, just see how it moves, see how it reacts to certain things. So that's what I did yesterday with euro dollar, I didn't look at any trades. I just looked at how it ranged, how it impulsed, how it reacted to certain candles, wicks, corrections, impulses, and all the rest of that. And that was really nice actually. I felt much better just to sort of see how price moved and how that pair specifically behaves. I only did January of 2020, so I've still got the rest of 2020 to go, but really, really happy with that. I think that feels much nicer. I'm still going to take the same process, and then I'm going to look at the bomb strategy from 2020 till now, and then I'll look at the bullet from 2020 till now. I did say if I did do the bomb and the bullet, then do Aussie dollar. However, I think I was rushing it too much and I wasn't taking my time. Also, I was getting frustrated and having these high expectations of just rushing through it, and I need to slow down. So yeah, this month I'm purely going to focus on euro dollar, see how price moves, backtest the bomb, backtest the bullet, and go from there, and then move on to a next pair next month. Probably, I'm saying all of that. Complete team videos, so I need to look at the educational videos. There are some that I haven't done yet, and there's one called Hyperlearning, which I'm really eager to get into. I've done like the basic things, but this one this is sort of, oh excuse me, the Hyperlearning one, I'm not sure what it's about yet, so when I check that out, I'm going to, people, they talk about it quite a lot in the community, so I'm quite excited to see what it's about and what I get from that. But yeah, overall, lots of progress in both those subjects, both those areas. I did kind of feel like I was putting a bit too much pressure on myself again to go from sort of 0 to 100. I need to realise that instead of just being hard on myself, I need to step back, see why things are going right, see why things are going wrong, and go from there. But Forex is a big one. I need to make sure that I'm putting good time into that. But yeah, I'm happy with that overall. Going back to the health with the walking. So in June, my average was 6,000 steps. I think that's weekly. I'm going to do weekly for now, because again, last week was 4,500, so I'm going to aim for 8,000 weekly, like yesterday, last night, before I left early, just so I can go for a little walk, just to get those extra steps in. So yeah, last week I didn't meet that goal just because I wasn't mindful of it. I didn't keep track of my steps, and I didn't do extra, like even just walking home the long way round just to get extra steps in, you know, things like that I can do really easy, because 8,000 steps average a week is really not that much. But once I start hitting that, I can go for more. But this is just getting into a routine and getting into the idea of what I need to do and being fit and healthy. I also wanted to lose 5 kilograms through healthy eating and walking. I don't do gym at the moment. Gym membership is just not something that's going to be beneficial to me right now, because it's just going to incur extra costs with money that I don't really have, because it's the whole travelling there, and where I live it's not convenient for me to get there, so it costs travel and gym, and that's not something I'm wanting to focus on right now whilst I've got all of this to focus on. So healthy eating and walking, getting those extra steps in will help that. Healthy eating, watching my carbs, watching what I eat, watching what I drink. So I use Huel, for example. I've got the t-shirt on right now actually. But yeah, I really like Huel. I have that for either lunch or dinner, but I'll have one a day and that'll just do me, and that does help quite a lot. It really cuts down me eating crap. I don't really snack a lot or anything, so that's quite good. I did drink a lot last week, alcohol-wise, just random bits here and there, so kind of be mindful of that. My weight at the moment, because I use Renpho, I have the scales and the app on my phone, so it breaks down everything, which is really cool right now. So at the moment I weigh 59.40, I'm minus a half a kilogram, so I think this is just, you know, I need to watch more what I eat rather than, you know, just because it's the right amount of calories or whatever, just the type of food I'm eating, and again with the steps that should really help with that. But everything's sort of on track at the moment. So that's sort of my goals at the moment, and revisiting them and the progress I'm making with those. It's more just nipping little bits, so journal every day. I am journaling, but not every day, so I need to pick that up. The reading, half an hour every day, not doing that, so just going to read one book this month. I'm really happy with that, that's absolutely fine. I haven't read one book for a long time, so reading one book in a month, absolutely fine for me. Other than that, yeah, really good. Yeah, I think that sort of covers this video and everything that I wanted to cover. It was very interesting to sort of to do a reflection to see where things are at. Yeah, this has been fun. It's been good to talk through and sort of see where I'm at, but we'll see how things go. So yeah, thank you very much for your time and your attention. I hope you took something away. If you need help, or if you have anything or any goals that you have for this month, I'd love to hear them and see your progress on them and see what you want to do, or you know, what you're thinking. But yeah, I think that concludes that from me, and cheers everyone, and stay hydrated. Enjoy the weather out. Summer's absolutely beautiful right now. I can't believe it's August already, but yeah, thank you very much. That was a bit of a long one, but thank you. Take care. Bye bye.